Why do you think team sport is important? Why do you think team sport is important? Why do you think team sport is important? Why do you think team sport is important?
Why do you think team sport is important?
Why do you think team sport is important?
I believe team sports are important because they build strong communication skills.
Why do you think team sport is important?
Team sport's important because everything that you're looking to accomplish, whether that be work, family, anything like that, there's a team component. And in team sport in particular, you're able to add healthy levels of stress into the environment to teach coping mechanisms within a team-based unit. And all of those soft skills transfer into everything that people do. Not to mention the additional social component. We talk all the time about kids needing to go outside and touch grass. We look for opportunities to do that literally. And it gives people an opportunity to interact in a more traditional sense rather than a digital sense.
And why do you think team sport is beneficial to kids' mental health?
Well, particularly the sports that I coach, particularly with rugby, it helps a lot with anger management. I've worked with some very angry teenagers over the years. Some students right out of juvie are in the process of going through probation, restraining orders, that sort of thing. People need a place to put those sorts of feelings because they don't just, you can only put stuff on top of them and push them down for so long before you start to pop. So in terms of mental health, again, learning those coping mechanisms, the opportunity to have a shared experience within a team environment, and this is what individual sports lack for me, from my perspective, is that stress of losing the big game, or the stress of, that ref is out to get us, that becomes a shared experience. And then from a mental health perspective, that becomes easier from a community piece, even if you consider all of the various support groups that are out there to help people. Alcoholics Anonymous, social component. Veteran affairs-based organizations, social component. So having that shared experience helps people's mental health because they know exactly where they're coming from.
Why do you think team sport is important?
Team sports teaches teamwork, confidence, and resilience while keeping us active and strong, proving we're always stronger together.
Why do you think team sport is important?
I think it is very important for both students and adults of all ages because it teaches you how to work together and in any aspect of your life, no matter what career path you choose, what job, what environment you are in, chances are you're going to be around other people and you have to learn how to juggle all of that and work with all kinds of different personalities, and I think this is a great way to engage with different people and learn how to be successful in life.
And why do you think team sport is beneficial for teens' mental health?
It's very beneficial to mental health. If you have a rough day, and I can speak from experience here, if you have a terrible day, you start dancing it out, and I think part of it is just physical, doing exercise that makes you feel fantastic, and you start forgetting about these huge problems, and then at the end of the night, of course they're still there, but you have a different perspective on it. And then in another way, it's definitely it kind of gives your brain a break to be able to just think things through. I guess it all ties into the same, right? Whether it's physical or mental, you give yourself a little break, you step out, it makes you feel fantastic to physically push yourself, and then you have different perspective at the end of it.